Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget, you can shop online at trainworld.com for all your model train needs. Now, without further ado, enjoy today's video.
All right, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Train World TV. As usual, the gang's back, and we're back with a brand new episode. It feels like now this is becoming a monthly thing, which is great and exciting. But Lionel Trains, they got another brand new catalog announcement, and it's the September edition. And we have some great guests here tonight. And we'll go around the horn, but we have Meghan from Lionel, Ryan, and Ken Sr. So we have a bunch of great guests on, and we're going to talk about Lionel trains, O-scale trains, and kind of get kicked off into the train season. But I'll go around, and everybody, if they want to introduce themselves for any first-timers out there.
Well, I'll just...
first. I'm Meghan Frazier. I'm product manager here at Lionel. Excited to be with you guys again tonight.
Ryan Kunkel, the director of project management here at Lionel. It's always great to be back with my favorite Kens, and Meghan is just one of our best. So this is always a fun night. Look forward to this all the time.
And I'm Ken Bianco Sr., one of the owners of Train World, and it's good to be back on. I'm down in Florida, and I can't wait to get back to the Northeast and jump into train season. I'm looking forward to it.
That's right. And train season is upon us, and it's always a good start when you kick it off with Lionel. And Lionel, they have been doing a lot of these announcements now, which has been really neat. Let me get a full screen here. But this is their September catalog, and they've kind of been breaking it up now, which is a different philosophy. Usually it's been like one or two catalogs a year, but now they're breaking it up, which it kind of gives consumers time to digest a little, which is nice. A little bit different flair, but every kind of catalog has something for everyone. And I'm glad we have both Ryan and Meghan on tonight to talk about it and to flip through. So without further ado, let's kick it off for the September catalog.
All right. Well, we'll start off with some legacy 080s. This is a really fun one. This is a locomotive we haven't done in 8 or 9 years now. I think the last time was around 2016, 2017, somewhere in that ballpark we did this last. And since that time, we've made a lot of changes and upgrades into the features of this locomotive. So one of the things that we've done here is we've put the main electronics board is now in the tender, and that freed up some significant space inside the boiler. So for the first time, this locomotive will come with both whistle steam and the swinging bell feature, which is really nice. Also, as a byproduct of moving the board back there, the control switches will be underneath the coal load so you won't have to pick up the engine all the time and pick it up and down to change your program run switch or any of those control switches underneath the cab anymore. They're just going to be underneath the coal load in the tender. And we've added a drop plate in between the tender and the locomotive as well. So you've got that there. This does have the wired tether so that you have electrical pickup from the tender wheels and the locomotive drivers, which is great if you're going through a lot of switches, which is what you would probably be doing with an 080. So it's a good win there. And then, of course, with the board and the tender, it makes all that a lot better too. So we've packed a lot into a relatively small engine. And still been able to keep the price relatively low with all the changes we've seen over the last year. We only really had to take the price of this engine with all the new features up about $100 from where it was in 2017 or so. So that's not too bad given all the more we've packed in. Also, of course, Bluetooth for the first time and the latest in legacy control here. So a lot of bang for your buck in these small switchers. We actually just earlier this week got in our first EP sample. So we've got our EP samples. We're doing the testing on these now. Oh, I'm bigger. There we go. So as you can see here, we've got the drop plate and the tender, the wired tether. The drawbar on this has 2 slots, so you can adjust your spacing depending on your curves. This is not the Lion Chief 080 from the sets. This is a full die-cast model with the full boiler and lots of separately applied details here, including some specific headlights and things like that we could do with it amongst the different prototype variations. So a really nice locomotive, nice hefty weight. This will pull a lot of cars for you. I think whether you're running it as a switcher or just on a local rate or whatnot, really great engine and going to be a lot of fun. So glad to see this one back in the lineup.
Very neat. Let me go back to sharing the screen now.
So 6 prototypical road names in here in a variety of paint schemes, hitting some different parts of the country up. And I know you guys have a custom run coming on this one too, right?
Yes. And it is a great engine. It runs on 031, and Ken Sr. was kind of really making that a big point to drive home on these, because a lot of people love legacy engines, and a lot of these big engines, you need big track and big space. So this 080 switcher really targets the guy who either has a big layout or small layout. You can fit it on either layout. And I think that was really important for Ken Sr. to kind of decide to redo another one. But should we save the announcements for later, Ken Sr.? We'll show a picture later. We'll talk about the new announcements later from us, but we'll wrap up Lionel's announcements as well. But we do have something up our sleeves, as Ryan alluded to, that we'll talk about a little later tonight. So everybody's got to stay on till the end now. So
there you go.
All right, but I do like a lot of people like the Rutland theme as well. Yeah, a lot.
All right, so from 080s to ultra-modern diesels, this is our second announcement of the all-new ET44 locomotives. The first run of those was announced last year. Those just delivered here over the last few weeks, really. I think it was a split shipment because we had a lot of these to build. I believe the remainder are coming in either this week or next. So there's still a few more trickling in here and trickling out to our dealers from that first release. But ready to do another run of these already. And we've got, of course, the not very prototypical Area 51 railroad there, but we had a lot of requests for some Area 51 legacy power. So we thought we'd give it a try on these. And then the 5 Canadian National Heritage and Veterans units. We have done these schemes previously on the ES44. Now, for the first time, they're available on the proper scale ET44 body. And these all have all of the Canadian National details and lighting effects specific to them as well, because we tooled this in such a way that we could capture a lot of those things. So including the working DPU light, the little red light above the ditch lights on the front and back. You've got the cab lights, of course, the step lights and walkway lights, Canadian National units have a unique thing where their walkways have more of a graded look to reduce snow buildup, which was unique from some of the other railroads, and we tooled that in here as well. So there's a lot of really cool Canadian specific details that are packed into all of those locomotives. We've got these powered in Legacy, 2 numbers in Area 51, both of the prototypical numbers for the veterans unit, and then a powered and non-powered dummy option for each of the 4 heritage units. For those who might want to build a roster or build a collection of heritage units without needing them all powered, we give the non-powered option there. So really cool locomotives. The first round turned out great. Looking forward to seeing how these come. And again, we did our best. We worked with our suppliers and held the pricing where we were on these back to the original pre-tariff pricing, which is nice to be able to do that here.
Yeah, so we just got in you guys just shipped the brand new ET44s and the first paint schemes that you announced, BNSF, NS, UP, and
CSX, Canadian National. Mm-hmm.
Right. We got them in. Quite honestly, I think it's probably your nicest diesel that you've ever done. I think the detailing is just really, really neat. Lots of detail on it. So I was very impressed, and I think whoever just got the new shipment on it, because it's brand new tooling, correct?
Yes, all new tooling. We also did a whole new set of sound recordings for this. Tracy and I went out and worked with some great folks at CSX who hooked us up and spent a day with us going through all the notches and doing all the sounds and things and had a good time. So it's all new sound recordings in this. And I think people will notice that as well. It's nice to have some more new sounds in the library.
Yep, and in fact, I was filming something on these ET44s, and I said this is probably the nicest diesel on the market. It's brand new tooling, and just the wiring and mesh and the details, the handrails, everything. It just came out really nice and beautiful. And that's. Lionel, as any manufacturer progresses, the details on these trains are just getting more and more intricate and detailed. And it's something that's really beautiful. So I think you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. A lot of people were, I guess, unsure of the ET44 in the beginning, or may have been hesitant on the new tooling, but they came out really beautiful. So great job, Ryan, on those.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Ryan, on the Area 51, is there any glow in the dark or special sounds?
Yeah.
No glow in the dark, but there will be sounds. Yeah, we will definitely do some special Area 51 sounds in that, of course. We'll have fun crew talk and probably sneak a few things in on the whistle and bell and the aux 3. We always have some fun with the fantasy stuff.
Yeah, great idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got quite a number of passenger trains in this catalog. If you're a passenger train fan, this one's either a heaven sent or really painful on the wallet. But we've got quite a few here, starting with the B&O's National Limited. We've got a pair of E8s. These are, we've been making E8s for quite some time now, so you pretty much know how these go. You've got 2 powered units, one with sound, one without. They both have the full lighting and smoke features on board, front electrocouplers. We are going to do the option to fix the front pilot on these, which is a nice new feature for those running passenger trains. You want the fixed pilot, we can do that a lot more easily now. So that's one tooling modification we're making. Of course, these, as you'll see on the next several pages, we do have a number of road-specific roof and lighting and cab details and things on these as well, to differentiate between different railroads. And then we've got some nice accompanying 18-inch aluminum passenger cars. We've got the 4-pack, 2-pack, and single station sounds diner. And the locomotives and the cars are all finished in what was really the B&O's last independent paint scheme for these trains. So a little bit different than the normal royal blue and gold, but still pretty classy in its own right, and these sort of shared colors with the C&O just prior to the more formal consolidation under chassis system. It's been a while since we've, if ever, done these these colors, so we wanted to give it a go. But you've got a pretty cool consist here. Again, the cars are all aluminum construction. These have the kinematic couplers on them now, so they stay closer coupled on the straightaways. LED illuminated interiors with figures in all the cars. No figures in the baggage car, of course, but everyone else has figures in there. And then the station sound Steiner gives you, with the legacy control, your dialogue as you're going along, as you're stopped at the stations, the clickety-clack sounds. And now for the first time, too, these have the, starting this year, we were able to add in the impact sensor into these cars. So if you start too fast, you hear the dinner getting tossed off the table and angry patrons and stuff like that. And it's again, another little bit of fun that we can pack into these trains and keep you enjoying your train time.
And this B&O paint scheme just really nice. Something different.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah. And that's an actual paint job? Or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got a lot of orders, a lot of back orders on that B&O. I've never seen it before. Very nice. Very nice. All right.
All right. Our next train, just travel a little further south, go the other way out of Washington, and you have the RF&P. Here we've got, again, a pair of E8s in the great blue, gray, and gold colors of the RF&P. I always really liked this color scheme on them. Same features as the E8s we just talked about with the B&O. For the passenger cars here, the RF&P did a lot of passenger business. Most of it was bridge traffic, people leaving the north and traveling south, or vice versa. And so they did a lot of through traffic. They didn't have too many streamliners of their own, but they did try a little bit following the war. They ordered a 5-car train from ACF called the Old Dominion. And the prototype train was 4 coaches and a cafe dining car in the center. So if you want to do the prototype train, you get the 4-pack and the diner here. This would look great behind the E8s. It also would look really good behind the RF&P F-19 Pacifics that we did about 2 years ago. If you're looking for some nice passenger cars to go behind that, they still had some steam in service when these arrived. And then if you like the look of a streamlined passenger train, if you're more of an O-gauge purist and the passenger train is just not complete without an observation car and a baggage car, we put those in the 2-pack. So if you want just the prototype consist, you don't have anything extra you have to worry about. But if you want the look of a complete streamliner, you can still get that if you want to do the whole 7-car train.
All right.
All right, and then we've got another Florida train. I had you in mind, Ken, when I was doing this. All these people going from New York to Florida. But, we need to do some trains on that. This is one of the most famous ones. This is the Orange Blossom Special, which goes way back into the steam days. And this train, despite all the streamliners that the Seaboard had, this one never got streamlined. So right up until the end, it was a heavyweight train. And the last paint scheme it wore, and it only wore it for a very brief time at the end, was this really nice. It's actually a very pale green, but almost gray, white gray color with just a hint of green in it, and sort of an orangish red that the Seaboard used in this period, and really pretty consist. So again, seldom modeled, very few photographs of the cars in this paint scheme, but wanted to do it. And so you've got, these are our 18-inch heavyweight cars. We've got 3 2-packs and the Station Sound Steiner again. Very similar features to the aluminum cars. These don't have the kinematic couplers. These do have the truck-mounted couplers with the hidden tabs. They'll all still do the 054 minimum curve. These do still have the detailed interiors with figures in these as well. And then the Station Sound Steiner functions just like the aluminum cars. So really nice train. Again, colorful. Great way to get from New York to Florida or back up again. So real fun consist.
Yeah, a lot of back orders on this too. This and the B&O are like the best sellers in the catalog of the high-end stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. And you can play some Johnny Cash while you're running your train.
This is definitely unique and different. I've never seen those passenger cars. Orange Blossom. I feel like this is going to become one of those like like the creamsicle engine. Everybody had that nickname, and
Yeah.
this is going to be that next orange. Did you get the orange blossom? And all the influencers may talk about it. So very neat, very neat.
All right.
All right, and the trains
This paint
keep
scheme
coming.
was my favorite out of
This one-
all of them. I thought all of them were beautiful paint schemes, but I thought the Texas and Pacific was just really neat. The yellow and the blue, really nicely well done.
Yeah, this is another one of those real winners of a paint scheme. The Texas and Pacific, Missouri Pacific, when they had the two-tone blue and gray, especially in the passenger scheme on the diesels, which was had just a little bit of extra flair to it over their freight units. And interesting railroad, interesting passenger operations. So again, we've tried to tailor the sets to the specific railroads and their operations. The TMP didn't have observation cars. Most of their trains ran without that. So we have a 4-pack, 2-pack, and Station Sounds Diner here again to give you the look of one of the smaller Eagle trains. In this case, we went with the Louisiana Eagle, and that's the name that you'll get in the Station Sound Diner. And again, because a lot of their trains weren't terribly long or traveling up and down steep mountain grades and whatnot, the TMP found that 2 E8s was too much power for a lot of their trains, and so they would frequently pair up an E unit and an F unit. And they had two, if I remember right, it was 2 F7s, F3 or F7s in the passenger scheme and 2 B units, and then a couple of these A units as well. And they often mix and matched. And so we thought that would be kind of a fun twist. I don't know if we've done this before or not, but we did it a couple times here, and it's a neat pairing. So you've got the E8 and the F3 side by side here, and then we also have the Super Base B unit as well, if you want to add that into the consist and do an ABA with these. The other fun thing is, if you look at pictures of the TMP, this power wandered all over the place, so they also ran them and mixed them in with freight consists and stuff like that. So if you're a TMP guy, you could get all these and run them on whatever you want. You've got this great combination of things you can pair up. You see the passenger units in freight trains quite frequently, so great opportunity if you just want to add a Super Base B unit to your roster. You could just do that and find plenty of excuses to run it. But neat paint scheme, beautiful train, and just some neat quirky stuff that makes it a little bit different than all the other passenger trains we've done.
Very neat.
Yep, very nice, very nice.
And then we've got another F and E combination here with the Burlington Northern and their executive train. This scheme appeared, I'll say it was around 1992 on the F7 or F9A and B unit were the first two, BN1 and 2, to get this, and then BN3 was the E9 that came in a little bit later. So these locomotives ran together on the executive train for a few years. Of course, 1995 becomes part of BNSF. And a lot of these cars are still around. They've been repainted or resheathed, and they're still in the BNSF business car fleet. The 3 locomotives are at Illinois Railway Museum and still operational, so they still get out and run them quite a bit. But I always thought this was a neat color scheme as well, and one of the better executive schemes out there with the dark green, the red pinstripes, I think really set it off, to me at least for some reason, and then that rich cream color. So we've done, again, the aluminum passenger car here, the baggage car, the multiple sleepers, dome car, and a Station Sounds Diner to give your executives the royal treatment.
Yep. Ryan, on this one here, it says minimum curve 036. Is that correct?
We should do, well, the F unit will definitely do 036. The E's and the cars you want to do 054 on those.
Okay.
And then we've got 3 more pairings of E8s in the AA configurations here that we didn't cram passenger cars in for in this catalog, but it hasn't been too long since we've done some of these, and Little Birdie tells me there might be some more coming in the not too distant future for some of these roads as well. But 3 very distinctive paint schemes. You've got the original Brunswick green E8 paint scheme for the Pensy. These were the last passenger units to be delivered in the green. It was just on that first order of E8s that they received. Just like the prototype, we'll take the pinstripes across the porthole windows. They didn't break the stripes on that first order, which was kind of cool. And it's got the train phone antenna. And then we've got the lash paint scheme on the Wabash, and then the Canadian Pacifics, which I believe is their as delivered, and most of their career spent in that nice looking paint scheme as well.
The Wabash is beautiful, really neat. Lots of good paint schemes in this catalog. Really neat on the E8s.
Is there a difference on the E9 and the E8 as far as radius, or?
Not in terms of radius. They'll all do the same. They're basically the same locomotive. The difference, prototypically, the only external spotting difference was the bezel on the headlight, which, unless you're out there with a micrometer, even on the prototype, they're pretty much indistinguishable from each other.
Because this says a minimum curve 036. So
yeah, these you probably want to do 054 as well.
Okay.
I think we've rated these 054 in the past.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, another great locomotive. If you're a Conrail fan, this is one this has to be one of your favorite locomotives. It's part of the clause in the.
Who could be a Conrail fan, Rye?
But yeah, the return of the SD80 Max. Glad to bring these back. This is the first time we've done the 80 Mac with the full-size fuel tank on them. To make sure everyone's clear, this is the scale length version of the 80 Mac. It's not the Lion Master version. So it is full scale length, and it does have the deeper fuel tank on it. The first run of these that we did way back when had a very high water fuel tank so that it could do the tighter curves and clear the switch machines on 031 curves. Frankly, this engine just looks ridiculous on an 031 curve anyway. And it will still do an 031 curve, but it's not going to clear any of your big switch stands. So we've increased the radius, I believe, on these to 036 for our recommended minimum. It's a long locomotive. Obviously, the bigger curves, the better, but we still like to give you the best option for those with small layouts. Really fun engine. All the great legacy features on this, including the ditch lights, class lights, and so forth, the smoke. 2 road numbers each in Conrail CSX, Norfolk Southern, and the 2 EMD demonstrators. So a lot of great fun here. And yeah, again, real neat locomotive. If you like modern power, these are a real fun engine. All right, then we've got some more fun passenger cars that don't really fit in any other category other than sort of the odd and unique. We've got the Norfolk Southern / Southern exhibit car. This one's still very much around. It still travels. It hasn't traveled in a while. It's actually not far from us here at Lionel. It's up at Spencer. And you can go through the car, and they have a whole bunch of exhibits telling about the railroad. There's a cab simulator in there. Really neat piece. Started out on the Southern Railway in that great, like 1960s, 1970s bright colors, awesome paint scheme, and updated the exhibits and kept it going. But so that's been a lot of fun. And then Union Pacific had a similar car in 1969 for the Golden Spike Centennial Exposition. Again, a traveling showcase of things. That car is also still around. It's in the museum in Utah. Not in the best of shape, at least deco-wise, but still around. Hopefully it'll get restored one day. So some neat cars. These are aluminum bodies, a solid body with the vestibules on the end. So no need for interior details or figures on these. There's not much to see inside. There's not much way to see inside, at least I should say. And so a nice fun car that put in your train, set on a siding, just a cool piece to have and talk about. And again, because it's a nice solid body with the aluminum extrusions, we were able to do this, and you don't have to worry about filling over windows and things like that. You get the nice flat surface, and we can do a lot of crazy deco, which, especially on that Southern and Golden Spike, certainly fit the bill.
Mm-hmm. Can they put that with the big boys cars, the big boy passenger cars?
Sure, yeah. The big boys, none of the big boys would have been in service in 1969. They hadn't been restored to operation yet, and they had been retired from active service. But hey, why not?
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
out there running?
I like the big lettering. You can see it from a distance. A lot of these guys have huge layouts, and on the other end, you can't really read anything. But with this, you can notice it for sure.
Yeah, big lettering. What you don't see in the art in the catalog image, unless you really zoom in, there's a lot of fine detailing on that car too. They did a lot of fine trimming and pinstriping in a gold color that really sort of blends into the car. But there's a lot of neat detail in there as you get in close on it too. So it grabs your attention from a distance, and then as you get close and really study it, there's a lot of cool stuff to see in there up close too.
There's a sunset happening in the other direction where I am. I may have to put my sunglasses on to watch this thing.
You're in the spotlight, Ken.
Yeah.
That's it.
Freight cars here. We've got a few neat ones in this catalog. We've got 3 of our 50-foot flat cars with the auto frame load. This builds off one of the cars that we did in the Detroit Hauler set from the July release. So we've got Indiana Harbor Belt, Reading, and Union Pacific here. These are die-cast flat cars, a laser-cut wood deck, and then 3 stacks of our auto frame loads, which presents a pretty neat and relatively common load, especially on these 3 roads we wanted to add in there. And then for something really new and different, we've got the 2 more of our flat cars with a unique sort of wrecked or old car load on top of them. This is our again, the same flat car described above, but now the load is one of our Lion scale reefers. It's a complete reefer body and frame. We use the new printing method on these because it's a fairly flat surface. We can do the direct inkjet printing on these and get that nice weathered look of an old wood car that's been out of service for a long time. Maybe it's on its way to the car shop. Maybe it's on its way to a museum for restoration. Who knows? You can come up with your story, but really neat load to put on a flat car. You can always order some of the Lion scale 50-ton trucks through us through service. Screw them on the bottom of this car, and you've got a second car out of the deal too. So
Yeah.
it's got everything but the trucks, and you're good to go. Well, I think these turned out real nice. The catalog art, again, it's hard to see all the detail that the art team put into these, but they did a really nice job creating the wood look and the faded lettering on the sides of the cars. They turned out really nice. All right, some more of our Lion scale freight cars here. We've got our AAR 70-ton 3-bay hoppers. These are available in 7 road numbers each. So you've got 2 different 3-packs and a single car. So if you're trying to do a unit train or just want a couple of cars to sprinkle in for local service, we've got you covered here. 6 great road names from all around the country: your Santa Fe, your Bessemer, Central of Georgia, Lackawanna, Mopac, and PNLE in the original New York Central system livery there. So some fun paint schemes, very common cars from the late steam era up into the transition era. Those BNLE cars lasted, I think, almost into the early 1980s in service in some places. So real fun cars to have. Every layout needs some.
Mhm.
And last but not least, for the freight cars, we've got our Woodside reefers, the in-service version here before we weather them up and stick them on a flat car. So you've got 2 road numbers each. And we went with some of a lot of the billboard style liveries here, which we know are popular with people. My favorite's the doggy dinner. I think that's just a fun one. You know, we do beer and all that stuff all the time, but doing dog food was just something different. So it was an enjoyable one there. But yeah, some other great popular ones in here as well, just to liven things up.
You look good. Look good.
All right, Megan, you want to do the 06s?
Sure.
Not,
Bringing back a cute little engine here with the 060Ts. We have 5 different road names. I love these because they're just so compact, but they pack in a lot of detail and they have a lot of great features. These are LC 2.0 locomotives. So you've got the fan-driven smoke, your electrocouplers, the great crew talk that you know and love, in a bunch of really unique road names. I think my favorite here probably would be the U.S. Navy. I just love the red detailing on the cab on that.
Very popular. A lot of back orders on these. Actually, it's been a while since you made these.
Yes, it has.
Ken, did you have another question?
Yeah, we'll recircle back. Some customers had questions on the high end stuff, so we'll circle back towards the end. We'll get to some questions, but these 060 switchers are really affordable priced, and anyone with any layout needs one. And I really like this paint scheme the best. I thought Southern Pacific Lines. I don't know. I haven't seen many Southern Pacific Line models in this paint scheme. I thought this, it's like kind of like a Russian or iron, like a the triplex blue, but really neat looking engine. I thought that was pretty cool.
SP had a few shop switchers that they did the green jacketing on, and so we thought, why not?
Yeah.
And Dave kind of twists our arms a little bit on that too. So
it's nice.
His was the favorite.
Yeah, tell Dave I said very good.
On the Canadian National, the R stands for railway or railroad or whatever.
Yep.
Which one?
I believe at the time they were railway.
Railway. Okay.
I could be wrong on that.
Yep, and Philip actually ordered the SP one, and he's the South Brooklyn U.S. Navy. Definitely ordering. That's pretty cool. It's funny. That's why shows like these are so important, because I when I was looking at the catalog, I just saw U.S. Navy. I didn't see underneath it the U.S. The South Brooklyn section. So that's really unique, different.
Yeah, I didn't know that either till just now.
Well, that's good, because I think that just changed your order quantity on that.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
We got to make sure we focus that next email for sure.
And we got a couple of custom ones we'll talk about later in these also.
Yeah.
Moving on to some traditional rolling stock. We have some passenger cars. This is with the newly tooled full dome on these. These all have the lighted interior on them. We brought back the 4 best-selling schemes out of the bunch that we did back in 2024. So you have Texas Special, the Christmas version, Union Pacific, and the Pennsylvania as well.
Those are always good sellers, the full domes. Full domes are good.
Yeah, they came out really nicely, and I'm happy that we now have them to be able to offer. Another back by popular demand was bringing back our Bluetooth speaker technology. This is something that we did, it's probably been about 4 or 5 years now, if not a little longer, where we did the Bluetooth radio tower. We decided to pump it up a little bit and throw them in some box cars. Whether you want just a really nondescript car, you can play any type of sounds that you want through it, background sounds or your favorite music. Or if you want to go a little louder and do the music-inspired graffiti one, you can stream whatever you want from your favorite device right through your boxcars.
My son's going to have to show me how to use it.
Super easy to do.
I'm very low tech.
And I think you can do it. It's so easy.
It's a good thing. I could always recommend him speak to Meghan and Ryan for tech support. Very cool.
And those who are into the more static Bluetooth speaker situation, we also did the Cowan Bluetooth Music Store. Again, this will have that Bluetooth speaker technology in it, the ability to stream whatever you'd like through it. Has the really fun lighted guitar on it that people love with this building. A really great scheme, kind of in the color story of everything that we've done with the 125th anniversary. I think this building came out really nice and has a lot of little fun details within the windows there. Just kind of an ode to music in general. But again, you can stream whatever type of sounds that you like through it.
Does it come with Ryan and Dave decals or put on the music then?
Oh, maybe someday.
Yeah,
Separate
Ryan
add-on.
and Dave actually singing or streaming from doesn't help sales, Ken. I don't think.
As soon as they said that, I envisioned that music video that you guys did.
Yep.
And rounding out the accessories, they also have an additional lighted building with the sports collectibles store. Again, some fun detailing in that. It has a little nod to Lionel Racing as well with our NASCAR diecast in the window there. Came out really cool. I love the detailing on the side. These little buildings are always fun to add to your layout.
Very neat.
And then in our assorted Misa rolling stock, we have the Wings of Angels for the first time in the Christmas scheme. We introduced this scheme not too long ago in our HO release, but we also wanted to give it in the traditional O version as well. It has the great roof printing on it. The Wings of Angels are popular and something that people collect year over year. Really fun to be able to add a Christmas scheme to it as well. And we also have the Boston and Maine Railroad anniversary boxcar as well. Again, I think what's great about these cars is the amount of detailing that we pack into these. The facts on the side, the really great roof detailing. I think it's a really sharp looking car.
Very neat. All right.
Well, one of the nice things about doing more of these releases, Ken, is that it doesn't take 2.5 hours to get through the entire catalog with you guys, which we kind of enjoy that a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's just circle back on some of the questions if we can. Harry had a good question. Ryan, can Lionel make 14-inch flat cars in the future so we can make some loads on them? So good idea from Harry. Ray recommended, how about a few period cars for the prominent point engine intenders?
Sure. If you're talking about the 1969 car that we were looking at here, honestly, period cars for those for that are existing 18-inch or not 18, 21-inch Union Pacific cars that we've done several times. Would fit right in with those. One of the nice things about UP Armor Yellow is from about, when did they introduce that? Mid-1950s up till present day. Didn't really change much. So for passenger car fans, you can get a long lifespan out of those cars. And then contemporary freight with that too would be anything that was in service in the late 60s, early 70s. So for locomotives, you could use anything from F units and the E units were still around to Jeeps and U-boats and turbines, you name it. If you're thinking 1860s promontory locomotives, well, we did those a few years ago, and there's a chance you might see something come back again somewhere down the line.
Conrail 66 or 666 is waiting for his Halloween dump disconnect cars. Meghan, any word? Are they shipping soon or a little later?
Yeah, I think they're coming in now.
Okay. All right, so hang tight on those. What else we got? Any word on the Hudsons?
They are on the water. They left the factory a little bit ago, which actually kind of a nice transition. Usually about this point in the year when we start talking, Ken, I'm always telling you about, we're in the push to try and get everything on a boat, get it all here for you by Christmas and so forth. And there's always some problem child that just doesn't quite make it.
Yeah.
But this year, as of last week, everything from last year's volume 2 and this year's volume 1 catalog is either here or on its way here.
Wow.
So there should not be anything that lingers past Christmas or into January. In fact, most everything should be here at the latest towards the end of November. Which would be nice. So kudos to the team here and abroad at our factories for continuing to push on all that and get everything to you guys in time for the holidays. I know you all want it now, but it's coming. It's coming.
A lot's hitting all at once. I tell you, it's Lionel has been on fire, just shipping. I think the other day we got like a whole container coming in, like 14 pallets. So lots of stuff rolling in, and that was just a small shipment. It was
all the Halloween stuff should be in next week, and the AEC stuff, and the trolleys and some peanut stuff is starting to come in. So it'll be just get ready. It's gonna start hitting the fan. All this stuff is starting to come in, and everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting.
And Ryan, any plans for daylight cars to match Alco PAs?
Yeah, we've done daylight in the past, and we will definitely do more daylights in the future. I think we've done the daylight paint scheme on every type of passenger car we've got that could wear them, and probably a few that shouldn't have. When we have a paint scheme like the daylight, New York Central, Santa Fe, I do try and pace those out so that you guys don't get flooded with too much stock that lingers for too long. But we're always doing those road names. In every catalog, there's something for those big roads. So we try and definitely hit those. And if you haven't seen it in a while, you'll still definitely see it again. Just hang in there.
And Craig's asking, was the air whistle able to be implemented? We spoke about it earlier on in the year. Really?
Yes, on the ones that we did that were a Lionel theme, like the 5344. I have the production sample here. We ran it. I heard the air whistle. It's in there.
Cool.
It's awesome, and it looks beautiful. I'm hoping that sometime, maybe next week, I can do a quick video for us to post up on social media. We got the air freighted in the early samples for the pre-war freight set and the 20th Century Limited set out of the Volume 1 catalog with the Hudsons, and they just look great. They really look nice.
That's awesome. And Newt's asking, any status on the North Pole Central? He said it was missing from the...
Also on its way. On its way.
Great. Awesome. And Craig says, thank you. Great job, Ryan. And Harry was talking about, did tariffs hit trains yet? So unfortunately, Harry, they have, but Train World and manufacturers like Lionel, we have all been doing our best to limit and really make as least or minimum of an impact to the consumers as possible. Both Lionel and Train World have been eating a lot of the tariffs, but in different ways. So between both of us, anyone who's really pre-ordered, we've done our best to actually not even charge our consumer. Unfortunately, we've had to raise prices, but we've definitely been doing our best to limit tariffs. And the reason why we don't say anything, or we can't, without getting in a whole story, we don't know where things are going, so we can't promise. But the only promise we could make is both Lionel, the manufacturers, Train World, we're all doing the best we can to do what's right for the consumer. So we're all trying to work and do the best we can for the consumer out there. And but we'll leave it on that. But it's all unique situations and different for everyone. But we're all doing the best we can in this current environment.
Yeah. Also, don't wait too long. If you like something, you better jump on it, because the quantities aren't there like they used to be. Because of the tariffs, some manufacturers were cutting back on what they were going to make. Instead of making it all the way here, they went to here just in case. And so you're going to see a big shortage of product this Christmas on the good stuff. I really think so. The orders have been coming in. We keep increasing, but I don't know where the Lionel is at with the numbers. Did you cut back on some stuff, or?
Really not too much. We kept numbers pretty much where they were coming into things, and that's one of the advantages that we had with the build-to-order model that we use on our locomotives. And we, even when it's not specifically built to order, we do typically base our other product on actual confirmed orders. So as you have the T&P spread up here right now, the engines are built to order, the passenger cars are not. we will build overage versus what we get confirmed orders for, but not 200% overage, right? So we base those numbers on what we see, so that we've got much better at our own inventory management here over the last few years, and I think that's helped us. There was a short period very early in the tariff process where we did hold some shipments, but never stopped factories from producing, hoping that it would wrap itself up in some sort of a fashion relatively quickly, and we could get things over. And thankfully, we've gotten through the most turbulent part of the process for now, at least. Things seem to have at least stabilized, which helps a lot. Not to say that they couldn't change tomorrow, but things have pretty well stabilized, and we didn't see too much of a reduction in production, which was very good. And again, we kept everything rolling. So as I said, not really seeing any delays now. Things that were delayed because of that have already arrived. We've sort of actually moved past that phase as well. One of the reasons that you're seeing the multiple releases now, in addition to really wanting to be in front of you guys more often and as we get into the train season, it gave us a little bit more flexibility in case things changed. But things have stabilized a lot now. This new program is working pretty well. It lets us come to you again and show up in September and October and talk with you guys and talk about trains when you're really starting to think about it, as opposed to have been talking about all this back in the middle of July, when it was too hot for Ken to go to Florida, for example. So we have we've spread that out. We will be back one more time. In 2 weeks, we will have our October set of announcements.
Wow. Very cool.
You're going to want to get through this one, get your orders into Train World, because they owe us their orders next week, and then we'll be releasing some more good stuff to get you through the end of the year. And then when we get back into January, we're still planning our big, normal, giant catalog for January imprint. So you have that to still look forward to.
Yeah, and make sure you get your order in and pre-order ahead of time. It really helps the manufacturers and dealers know what to order, and it really ensures the consumer to help them know that they're going to get it, because a lot of these products, when a lot of the I guess headlines were circling around, a lot of people cut back dealers wise, or in other sectors, could be different manufacturers. So we actually, Ken Senior, really didn't panic, and our philosophy hasn't changed. We kind of really wanted to make sure we had ample stock for the consumer. So we really haven't changed our ordering patterns. If anything, we've actually ordered more to make sure that we've had proper stock for Christmas time, and we do feel ready. And but we do see that things are selling out quickly. It hasn't slowed down the consumer. People are still ordering trains. A lot of people are getting excited because a lot of the new arrivals are coming in, and as soon as they come in, they've been going out. I mean, it's amazing. People are still looking forward for those new trains. The excitement is there. Lionel's new shipments. I mean, the S2s, the A6s, the GG1s. GG1s have been going crazy. Everybody's been doing influencer videos on the sparking pantographs, and so everything is going as usual. But everybody who cut back is kind of kicking themselves now, because now they're missing out. So make sure if you like something, go ahead and get something on order. But we also have a few new announcements that we've been working with the Lionel team. They've been great partners with Train World, so we really appreciate them. And Ken Senior is putting on his creativity cap as usual, and making a bunch of edits to make sure it's perfect. Sometimes it drives.
Final answer.
Yes, it drives us crazy, but at the end of the day, I know it always comes out great for the consumer, and he's usually always right. So I'll give him that, and I do appreciate working with him, and I know it's frustrating sometimes, but it does come out always better, and I do give him credit on that, because I know it's frustrating sometimes going back and forth, but he is right at the end of the day, and he knows what the consumer has a feel for. So let's go into some of these items.
Well, thanks, Stan, for that. I got a tear in my eye.
All right. Okay, so for new announcements, we'll start with this one, Ken Sr.
Yep, we got this Legacy 080, which Ryan described earlier, and I really got impressed when he held it up in his hand. I said, "Wow, that's a beefy engine." So I'm really happy about this now. Once I've seen him holding that engine, it's a great paint job, and it's a radius thing. It runs on Ken 036 or 031. What does it say there?
It is not up yet. We just listed it, so the description and the information is not listed. But Rye, 031 or 036?
Right.
Ryan may be frozen here.
Oh,
but,
sorry. Yeah, I'm getting some freeze here. It's 031 curves.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're also making the scale Hudson version in Christmas with the blow down tender, but that's really an 072 type engine. But this one here, everyone could run this one and have a big, impressive engine on their layout. There's going to be a little more fine detailing to it. We kind of snuck it up for tonight, but it's going to be a great looking engine. Another great looking engine Lionel created for us.
Yeah, and kudos. We actually got some emails from customers and not complaints, but just suggestions because they were so excited about our Hudson Christmas version, but they weren't able to put it on their layout because I believe the Hudson needs 072. So this really is a creation because of a lot of the fans out there. They wanted a Christmas engine on a high-end detailed legacy Christmas engine on their own layout. So Ken Sr. kind of took his Christmas creation and miniaturized it. And with the help of Lionel, we put something together really nice. And it looks very, very, very nice for Christmas time.
Well, I will say, Ken, I have seen the production photos of the Christmas Hudson for you guys. It is amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully John has shared them with you guys too. I'm telling you right now, everybody watching this, if you ordered one, you're going to love it. If you didn't order one, I hope these guys have some extra because they're not going to have them long once those show up. They are beautiful. Yeah, we did increase the order on it. After we placed the initial order, we added a lot more because people were ordering it like crazy. And the guys who ordered it pre-tariff situation, they really got a good deal. They got a really good deal. And this one looks like it's going to be just as much of a winner. So, if you couldn't run the big one, or if you could and you just want something nice to follow it up with, here you go. Yep.
And so we went high end, but also we do have some great 060 switchers. Meghan really did some great job with the switchers for the Lion Chief Plus 2, and we decided to do a Stroudsburg version, and it will be in the Stroudsburg colors that Lionel's accustomed to doing. But it really came out good. It pops with the maroon. And Stroudsburg just has been really hot. Lionel has done Stroudsburg passenger cars, engines, hybrid engines, just really nice stuff. And they do a great job at the railroad. A lot of people love the railroad, the atmosphere. I see events there all the time, whether it's a day out with Thomas or just like different events, and you should really check out the railroad. Really neat. I plan on if once my daughter gets a little bit bigger, I could bring her there. But it's really nice what they do for the families.
Is there any differences between this 060 and the one you made like 10 years ago or whatever?
It's been more recent than 10 since we've done them this way, but no, it's still the same 060T, die-cast body, TMCC, Bluetooth, conventional operation, dual electrocouplers, smoke, lights. Really a lot of bang for your buck in a very small footprint. It's a scale-size engine, but it's a small prototype, so it looks good with both traditional and scale rolling stock. You really can't go wrong with this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And along with that, big shout out to Chris Rains, RBP Trains. This one was tough. We weren't sure where to go. We wanted to do kind of like maybe E8, F7. We drove Lionel crazy on which engine we were going to pick. But these dockside switchers are really at a great affordable price point. And Chris really loves his regular consumers and regular watchers, and he really wanted something affordable for everyone out there, for the general market out there. And this is really cool paint scheme, and he's always done a great job on YouTube. And if you haven't checked him out, RBP Trains on YouTube, Chris Rains. He's a great great guy for the hobby, and just a real Titan influencer out there. But this is his engine, and we just got his 080, the A6 steam locomotive of his, and it came out beautiful. The reds are a little different than the original diesel engine red. It's a little bit brighter, and it came out really great. And we did that on purpose, and I think it's a really sharp looking steam engine. So this will be in the same red as the steam engine, just to match it and uniform, and it's going to look sharp. It looks really nice.
Ken, does the 67 mean anything? The number 67, or?
Yes, we got to ask Chris. He mentioned it, and I'm sure there's a story behind it. So if you want to know what the 67 means, make sure you check his YouTube channel out and comment. Ask Chris what the 67 means. I'm sure it's got a nice story to it.
Okay. On the Stroudsburg one, the 301 means something too. So that has I think the address of the railroad down there or something, or
yes. It would be 301 Gap Road. Yeah.
That was a Ken Senior idea.
Number. Yeah.
That was a good Ken Senior idea. I'm giving you tons of credit tonight. Dad. You can't say I don't give you credit for anything anymore. That's it.
All right, all good stuff. But I got to tell you, I talk to people down here, and we'd say, "What do you do? What do I do?" And everybody that I talk to had trains, wants to get into trains, and model trains is for everyone. It doesn't matter how much you have, how little you have, how old you are. It's just it's a hobby for everyone at any time of your life, and it's great for the whole family. I don't think there's anything like it out there than trains. It's just a fabulous hobby, and the people in it are amazing. And that's why I don't want to retire, because if I retire, I'm going to miss everybody. So I'm going to stay in it for a while.
It is true. My wife, every time she mentions like, oh, what do you do, whatever, and what your husband, and when they say model train, she told me like last month the same conversation. She was like, I can't understand the reaction when I say my husband's in model trains. Like, she never would have thought it would be like click for people, or like people would get it, but everybody, the reaction from people is like, oh my God, when my grandfather had that, when my father is into trains, and she knows this one or that. I stopped in the store, or Lionel trains. We've had that in our family around the Christmas tree. The excitement is just unbelievable, and it's really a great hobby indeed. And on that note, we got to talk about National Lionel Train Day. That's a good segue. Meghan, Ryan, when's National Lionel Train Day? You should have this on a tattoo on the side of your arm now.
It is always the first Saturday of December, which I believe is the 7th this year. I'm calculating that right, remembering that right in my catalog here. But first Saturday of December.
The
6th.
Oh, the 6th.
Megan says the 6th.
So yes, first Saturday of December. I know you guys will have a whole lot going on at the store, And
Ryan wanted to tell everybody the 7th, so he gets a jump start on all the good deals.
That's right. We all show up the 7th. I'm going to clean them out on the 6th.
Yeah. 2 months from now, 2 months. It's here. Christmas is coming. It's snowballing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep escalating, and we're just going to get so busy. But we handle it. We all handle it. We gear up. We gear up for it. That's what we do.
That's right.
And Halloween is doing very well too. And from we just got in a couple of weeks ago the built to order PAs and Halloween, and I tell you, they came out beautiful, really, really nice. And the passenger cars, I think they disappeared already. It's just like once I saw them, I had to gobble up a bunch more. They're just a really impressive passenger car. And go with any of the big engines.
So sitting on my windowsill, this is the early deco sample. The full production sample is downstairs in the engineering room. I should have grabbed that as well, but didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
But here is the deco sample for the Flying Dutchman. These are on their way to us now as well. This is one of the glow in the darks with the different colors treatments on here, which gives it actually kind of a nice sort of matte finish, which kind of works for the Halloween engines in the daylight. But I have it sitting in my window so it charges all day and then glows out the window all night for whoever passes by. This one turned out real nice. Little birdie tells me there's some matching passenger cars coming along pretty soon for it also.
Very, very neat. And Lionel is like they were synonymous with Christmas, and now they're becoming synonymous with Halloween. They got so much great product, and it's really a huge selection, and it's becoming a whole holiday in itself. And between all the animations, and now even the Star Wars Halloween cars, they're really cool. They just came out. We got an email going later on this week on them, but really nice, and they're flying out. It's just a lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah, Kenny, actually, Lionel's got people that send in their photographs of their layouts. I think every month or something, and it's pretty interesting seeing the layouts, the different designs, and how they decorate it. I like to see a whole Halloween layout. So if somebody's got a whole Halloween layout, send Lionel some pictures or send us some pictures, and we'll put it out there. So that'd be pretty cool. And when Christmas comes around, also with Christmas layouts, of course. I'm sure there's tons of those out there. But I'd like to see a Halloween one here or there.
I would assume Meghan has a really nice Halloween layout.
Yeah, I've seen some photos of some things that people put up for Halloween. Some of them, open up their garage and have the kids get the candy from their trains. It looks awesome. People are really creative and find the best way to use all the great accessories and pieces of rolling stock that we have. And there's some really cool spooky Halloween layouts out there.
Yeah, Kenny had a great idea for Lionel to do something maybe for next year. So he's going to text the guys at Lionel about it. It'd be a good idea, I think, for sure.
Yep.
Well, Ken Senior, you can or Junior, you can start growing your beard now, and you can go as me for Halloween next year. A shout out to our friend Lucy over at the NMRA. They're working on something right now too, on a series of building a layout around the whole Halloween theme. So,
cool.
What they're doing over there. Always good to support that organization. So happy to give them a shout out. But all this great Halloween stuff, and as you say, Lionel becoming synonymous with Halloween and Christmas. All the kudos go to Meghan for all of that. She's been the inspiration behind all of this, and it really has been a big growth area for us over the past few years. It's been fun to watch those product lines grow in O and HO and accessories and you name it. So she is the queen of ween around here, and that probably means something in slang in the younger generation that is completely different than what I think. But yeah, she does such a wonderful job, and
yeah, she does. She does.
Kudos to Meghan.
Thank you. Team effort.
All right. So if you're looking for any Lionel products or taking want to order for the Lionel 2025 pre-orders, make sure you head to trainworld.com. We carry all of Lionel products, whether it's O scale, HO scale, which we didn't even talk about, but tons of products. And you can see they do Halloween, Christmas, high-end for traditional rolling stock, anything for anyone. It's really something out there for everyone, and we carry it, and we got a lot of different ways you could sort out to make it easy. Sort by Lionel, and whether you want train, engine style, electronics, rolling stock, road name, anything that you want, or if you want a little more tutorial, we have it all. So make sure you head to trainworld.com. And thank you everyone for showing up tonight and learning a little more about Lionel trains and continuing the excitement with model trains in general.
Yep. Thank you, Lionel, for joining in and doing this with us and showing the public your catalog again. I think it's a great idea, and these little sneak peeks work out pretty good. Any other sneak peeks before the end of the year? Or?
Yep. Get your orders in for this one now, and October 15th will be our next set of announcements.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
very good.
One more round. Here we go, and then we'll ease off a little bit after that to let you get through the holiday rush, and not that we're going away. There'll still be plenty of Lionel to keep you busy, of course, through those months. But October 15th, you've got some more to look forward to.
Okay.
Awesome.
And Meghan, we got Star Wars coming in now. They started shipping all the Star Wars stuff, right?
Yeah, I saw some people already had some boxcars in hand, so I'm excited that people are finally getting to enjoy what I've been working on and the team has been working on here for a pretty long time now. So it's truly exciting to see these finally start getting out there.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing all that stuff. So it'll be great. It's kicking off the season, that's for sure. It's a great kickstart. A lot of good stuff coming in the next couple of weeks. So let's rock and roll and sell some trains. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Meghan. Thank you, Lionel, for always being participating and really spreading the joy of model trains throughout the world. So we do appreciate it. Thank you, Ken Sr., for joining on around the world. We do appreciate it. And thank you, all of our consumers, customers, patrons, fans out there. We both Lionel and Train World couldn't do it without everyone out there without their support. So we really appreciate it. It really means the world to us, especially when companies do go through ups and downs. We've all been through it together, and that's a great part about model trains. So do appreciate it, and thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
All right. Good night, everyone.